I can't take it anymore. These close games like this need to stop sooner or later. But, hey, a win's a win. So, with that being said, here's the review. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and yesterday, whenever you're watching this, the second-ranked Kansas Jayhawks were back home in Allen Fieldhouse as they took on the 14th-ranked Iowa State Cyclones and escaped Iowa State's grasp by a final score of 62-60. Yeah, so before I get started with anything, I was at the game, and they handed out these. Their commemorative 125th anniversary pennants. This was the day that they brought everybody back for a reunion, and to commemorate that, they had these, and the first 5,000 fans got these. So, yeah, this is a little token. But other than that, this game was looking like to be a stress reliever, and then it turned into just 100% stress. Because holy cow, this game was so back and forth. It was exhausting. Now, there were some good things that came out of it, but there was a lot of things that we need to fix. So with that being said, for those of you who do not know, I give positives and negatives about the game. I give a player the game and a player who needs to improve. Without further ado, let's do it. First positive, KU's shooting performance was a lot better than it was a game ago. I mean, they improved it drastically and had some decent numbers. Now, I will leave out 3-point because I want to talk about that later. But overall, KU shot 46% from the field in this game and 60% from the free throw line, which actually both teams shot 60%. So in a way, it was a win-win. But yeah, KU shooting numbers changed drastically and increased for the good. So yeah, this is a positive. Also, defensively, KU did pretty well defending the shot on Iowa State. But there was a few times in here and there that it was just like dumb mistakes. So that's why the percentage is kind of boosted. But the second half, KU did a lot better doing so. But overall for the game, KU forced Iowa State to shoot 38% from the field, 40% from three, and 60% from the line, as I said earlier. So, yeah, not too shabby defensively. Another positive in this game was the turnover battle. Somehow, some way, KU won the turnover battle. And by somehow, some way, I mean they barely won it. Because there was times in this game where it looked like KU would not stand a chance because of how many times we turned the ball over. But Iowa State still had more. KU forced 13 Cyclone turnovers and scored 15, while KU had 12 turnovers of their own, and Iowa State scored 15 off of them. So, despite allowing Iowa State to score the same amount of points off turnovers, KU still managed to win the turnover battle. So yeah, that's a positive. And the last couple positives, we're going to start first with fouls, because KU did better, and a lot better, on drawing fouls, but also containing themselves to not get fouls, as they forced Iowa State to 16 personal fouls, while KU only managed to have 12. So we're doing a lot better. And I mean, we kept guys in this game because of the lack of foul trouble. Worst case scenario at this point was 2 guys had 3, and that was Kevin McCullough and KJ Adams. So they both had 3. Other than that, the other people that had it only had 2. And no one else did. So yeah, that was great. And I mean, we forced Iowa State to have one of their guys foul out. Another guy had 3. Actually, a few guys had 3. But not very many men on KU's team had fouls, while Iowa State did. So yeah, drawing fouls and not getting personal fouls is a definite positive. And then the final positive that I have is that KU won the fast break point total as the Hawks had 8, while the Cyclones had 7. So yeah, those were some good things that came out of this game, and those are my positives. Now, negatives. And this is where the 3-point shot comes into play, because we could not buy a bucket outside 25 feet. Oh my Lanta. It all started in the first half where KU shot 18% from 3. It got better in the second half, and KU's 3-point total finished at 29%, making 6 threes. And yeah, most of them came from one person, but ouch. We got to start making threes, or else we're not going to win very many games in this league, because a lot of these teams can shoot lights out from the 3-point line. I mean, Iowa State shooting 40 is very lucky that we didn't lose, but we got to start making shots from the perimeter or else we're going to get beat. So, yeah, 3-point shots are a negative. Another negative, KU got out-rebounded in this contest, and it would have been a lot worse in this game, but Iowa State out-rebounded KU 37-32. You take away Iowa State's offensive rebounds alone, KU would have won this thing by 8. And it could have been even worse. I mean, if you even take away KU's offensive rebounds, period, as well, along with Iowa State's offensive rebounds, KU would have won that rebounding battle by 2. So, yeah. And at one point, Iowa State had the edge in the first half, and KU did not grab an offensive rebound, which is nuts. We got to start taking care of the ball, getting rebounds, and protecting the glass, or else we're going to get creamed. So yeah, rebounding, that's a negative. The final negatives, nitpicks. I mean, points in the paint, KU lost that one 30-24. Second chance points, KU lost that 6-3. And they lost the bench point total 9-2. So, yeah, what can you say? Even though we came out with a win, there were a few things that needed to be fixed. So, yeah, with all that said, those are my negatives. Player of the game. Now, this could go to anyone. I will say that there are a few guys who I would give, or a couple guys that I would give honorable mentions to. First off, Jalen Wilson. Despite having a double-double, he was pretty ice cold for this game. Jalen finished with 16 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks in 37 minutes. But he shot 5 of 14 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, and 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Yikes. If it wasn't for his free throws and a couple made buckets, he'd probably be in single digits. But he had a pretty good performance. A double-double is not that easy of a feat, especially when you're in college. Well, it's getting easier now, but still, it's an incredible feat, and I got to give him some credit. So, yeah, Jalen Wilson's an honorable mention. KJ Adams is also an honorable mention, as he finished with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block in 31 minutes. Had a pretty good shooting night. 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Yeah, and he also had a pretty decent game, despite having guys that are like 7 foot be playing against him. So, good for him. But unfortunately, he is not my player of the game, but I will give him an honorable mention. So, with that said, my player of the game, it's pretty obvious, it's Grady Dick. My goodness, he played great and had a pretty good shooting night. Grady finished with 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals in 31 minutes. Shot 7 of 13 from the field, 5 for 9 from beyond the arc, and 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. Yeah, so 50% or above on every stat in this. And I know the free throw percentage is not great when you consider it 50%, But shooting-wise, over 50% from the field, over 50% from three. I don't know what else to say. He played great. And he saved our butts because we couldn't buy a bucket from three. He was the only guy who could make it. So, yeah, no question. Grady Dick's my player of the game. Now, player who needs to improve. There is a couple guys who I thought of giving it to. I mean, one that would be pretty obvious for me is DeJuan Harris, who did not score, but he had a pretty good game despite not shooting the ball very well. No points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. I mean, so I can't give it to him. So the guy I am going to give it to, Bobby Pettiford. Just because he was non-existent. I mean, and he played a significant amount of minutes. No points, no rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal in 19 minutes. Didn't even put up a shot. I mean, it just seemed like he was missing, like he was a ghost. I just think he just needs more opportunities to just get going. I mean, he doesn't have to be the scorer, but I thought he would dish off at least a couple more assists. I thought he would grab a rebound, maybe get another steal here and there, but that just did not seem to happen. Now, I will give him credit. He was the one who defended the final shot, which they were told to foul, and he was doing his job, but the ref did not call it, which Iowa State, give you credit that you should have had at least one foul called during the last 11 seconds, but sometimes that happens, and not everybody gets that call. Trust me. So, with that good defensive play, he was just a little bit non-existent for me to really see any good come out of it. So, unfortunately, Bobby Pettiford is my player who needs to improve. All right, before I end things, I want to give a couple top plays. And the first play that I want to take a look at is a bucket made by Jalen Wilson. Now, after a few missed shots and a scramble for the loose ball, somehow Jalen Wilson comes up with it late in the shot clock with less than 2 minutes to go and forces up a prayer that ends up going in and gives the Hawks the lead. So, yeah, here's the play. And the final play we're going to be taking a look at is the game winner. And of course, it was made by KJ Adams with 11.7 to go in the game that gave KU a 62-60 lead. So, yeah, here we go with that play. And that's going to do it for my review of KU versus Iowa State. Again, the final score, Kansas 62, Iowa State 60. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Push that notification bell. Tell your friends about these videos. And I should see you again for the next basketball review as the Hawks will travel west to Manhattan, Kansas to take on the Kansas State Wildcats in the first installment of the Dylan Sunflower Showdown. But until then, have a good day. Never ever bring exotic dishes to the field house, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.